Today's video, I'm finally opening up a figure that I've been looking forward to getting. Now, this came out recently. I pre-ordered this way back, I think in June last year. But this is Kamen Rider #1, or Hongo, from Kamen Rider the First. So Kamen Rider the First was a 2005 film that was a reimagining of the original Kamen Rider series. And it was followed up in 2007 with Kamen Rider the Next, which was a reimagining of V3. But I haven't seen the Next. I've seen the first. It was okay. It's not the best Kamen Rider stuff out there, but it's watchable. But I feel like it gets mired down in some things that, in any case, I don't want to get too much into it. I would recommend at least giving it a watch if you get a chance to. I have it somewhere on DVD. I couldn't find it, but it's okay. It's not as good as Shin Kamen Rider, which I definitely recommend that you watch. And the last I looked, it was available to watch on Amazon Prime, so I would check that out for sure. In any case, we're going to take a look at this figure. So this is the 100th release in the SH Figuarts line. And what's special about it is the very first release in the SH Figuarts line was Kamen Rider the First. So this is basically a remake with the new tooling that they use in the figures now. So it's a better figure than the original one. So we're going to take a look at it. I don't have the original to compare it to. I wish I did. In fact, I would recommend that you look around because there are probably videos out there that compare this to the original, so you can kind of see how much it is improved as they have made these over the years. But we will come in, we'll take a closer look at the box and the figure itself. All right, so here we have a look at the front and the back of the box. So you can see here, just shows the figure off. Now, the original figure did not have the actual Hongo head without the helmet on. That is something that is brand new to this figure, which is great. I do like when they have a figure, a Kamen Rider figure with a human form, which is not something that a lot of them have, but they have done it in recent years. And then the front of the box is a close-up picture of Kamen Rider #1 from the first. So let's take a look at the figure. All right, here we have at the top of the box the Kamen Rider Hongo Takeshi. And this just has a layout of the different accessories and any kind of instructions here. Here we have our top tray, and that tray just has the figure itself. And underneath that, we have a tray with the other accessories. All right, so here is the figure out of the box. Now, it looks really nice. I haven't really gotten to posing it yet. I will say, I did notice that this left shoulder was a little looser than the right. It's not loose enough to bother me or anything. It's just a little looser than the right shoulder. Here's the back of the figure. Now, one interesting thing about this figure is that this, at first, just looking at it, I thought it was cloth, which was interesting enough. Normally, the scarves are plastic on these Kamen Rider figures that have scarves. But when I actually went to feel it, this has actually got wire in it, so you can pose the scarf different ways. So that was neat. All right, now there are 4 sets of hands. Now you see here on the figure itself, he has these open hands. You do get a pair of fists. And I apologize for not having lights on in here, especially for this video like I should have, because this is a darker color figure, so here are the flat hands. And here are the open hands. So it's a very dark green color on those, so it's not going to show up as well, unfortunately, And that is my fault again because I didn't prepare and have my lights in here. Now here's the head sculpt. I think looks really great. Amazing detail on that. And here is the neck piece that goes on when you use the human head sculpt. Now the last accessory are these extra antennae, and I believe these might just be in case you accidentally break the ones that are on the figure. I don't think they're anything special in addition to that. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think these are just a replacement if you need it. So as I'm posing him to get him into a rider kick, I just want to say the posability on this is really great. He's got a lot of really great hip movement here. As you can see, you can really get everything on here moved very well. His head can go all the way around, of course. If you're familiar at all, I don't really think I need to show all the articulation, but just look how his elbows can bend all the way here. Like I said, his hips get a lot of movement out of those. You can really get them into the places you want to get them for all kinds of different poses. So great figure on all fronts there. I put the fists on him as well. So I'll get him into a good kick pose here with the stand. We'll take a look at that. Then we're going to swap his head out. I mean, just looking at how much I can get his leg posed here. I haven't tried this right now with any older figures, and I don't know if I have any older SH Figuarts anymore. A lot of mine are the more modern ones, but this just feels like it's has a lot more articulation than some of the other ones I've had in the past, especially the earlier ones. So it's really great here. You can see the benefit of this wire here. And I really like that so much more than those plastic scarves on the past Kamen Riders. And this is the most recent one that I've gotten. They've made others that have come after this one, but I'm not into a lot of the newer riders. I'm a lot more into the Showa era anyway. But I just want to say this guy, I hope that any other riders that have scarves that they'll go with this design in the future with the wire scarves, because you can really do a lot more with them. I think they look a lot more natural, and just an amazing looking figure overall. So this piece that I said was a neck piece is not a neck piece. This is actually a hair piece. So for when he's wearing the helmet, because his hair does stick out under his helmet, the piece is like this over his neck, so the hair sticks out under his helmet. So when you're using the other head, this just acts as his hair, his longer hair as well. So it's actually two pieces there for the hair on the normal human head. Now, one thing I do wish we got with the human head, and again, I'm really glad we got it in general for this figure, and I would love if in the future we would get the human heads for the Kamen Riders as well. But I really do wish that there was more than just the one expression for the figure with the human head. So maybe include a second human head with a different expression. I know not to get too crazy, but either that or even just face plates that you could replace on them. That would be fantastic as well. But still, we haven't had it in the past for this particular figure, so I'm glad we did get the human face for him. All right, and just for comparison's sake, here is the original Hongo, which is one of my favorite SH Figuarts, and he was actually easy to come by, surprisingly. Usually they sell out right away. But having him in his full human form is fantastic. And that's my favorite rider. Favorite series is the original, so that's really cool. But just to get a comparison between the original and then the first actor who also played Hongo. And then here is Kamen Rider 01. So that's just some comparisons there of some different figures. And that will do it for today. I'm going to leave him in that pose, I think, right there on the belt next to Hongo, original Hongo. And thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the 100th SH Figuart. I am really glad to have it in my collection, and I will catch you in the next one.